Welcome to the Gimpy Gardener update. We're going to do a little garden tour to update what has gone on this month. Time to begin the next garden tour. So far everything's going pretty darn good. I have my luxury pie pumpkin. And I just grow that inside this old tub that I was given by my mom, actually. We also have some squash amongst my dill and some more squash. Lots of winter squash because I like to make pies and different things. We have one hiding, but I think this one didn't get pollinated. It looks like it's on the way out. My little onions, my buttercup squash, little versions of butternuts. They look like little cups. Now every day I come in and I check out, okay, where are the girls and where are the boys? Long, skinny blooms, boys. There's one. Short and stocky. I'll usually take off the boy and put it next to the girl and just do a little helpful pollination. Sunflowers have bloomed and they're kind of losing their petals, and I'm hoping to save some seeds. And then I did another squash. I did a lot of squash in this area because I added this mulch so that the vines have somewhere to go, because they really need to go somewhere. Little surprises in there. Another luxury pie pumpkin. These are all dudes, as I say. Some zinnias. I've never grown zinnias, but I thought I would give it a try. Then I have all these tomatoes. Lots and lots of tomatoes, but none are red yet. So, I mean, look at that. My biggest problem is how much to water. I never know if I'm watering too little or too much. But it seems like they need a lot of water, especially because they're raised beds or containers, and I live in the south. Here's a summer squash, zucchini. And I have some beans coming in. I'm going to be canning some of these beans, so we'll pick these. A lot of these are still kind of small, so I can't do much. But I'm going to do a mixed bean when I can. And when you can beans, you have to pressure can. You can't just water bath it. So, now these I need to adjust because they are evidently very, very yellow. So I need to fix the nitrogen in it. I'll probably add some blood meal, which is an organic alternative. And I still have some kohlrabi. Let me see if I can get down there. Purple kohlrabi this time. Lots of tomatoes. I'm training my melon to go up. This is a watermelon by Baker Creek. It's a small one, and as long as I can create a hammock of sorts to help it out, it will do perfectly fine. My lettuce keeps growing and regrowing. I picked the outer edges. Here's some more squash, but honestly, these are my experiments. I don't know if they're gonna grow, but I put it in a pallet just to see, and so far they're growing. Now again, this is from my patch that is determinate. So once all of these come in, they're not going to get more, which will free up the area for something else. And again, squash. Lots of squash. See, that's what the girls look like right there and there. And of course, I put my icicle radishes. I was told that icicle radishes in particular help with squash vine borers, which is a big problem for me. My indeterminates. And again, tomato land, tomato land. Isis candy. Then we have some new ones. Now every day I come by and I do the twick. Twick, 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 twick. Some people use an electric toothbrush. I actually have a tine that you can twick, and it basically does supposedly the perfect vibrations to help all of these little tomato blooms pollinate. But I just go by and count to usually 10 or 20. And again, just tomatoes everywhere. But none are red. My dwarf blue jade corn. They're starting to get a little color, which is really neat. And they're starting to come up. They will not get super huge. They're dwarf. But this is my little corn palette. And it comes in, and it's actually worked. It worked last year. And my garlic. Got this tub from my mom as well. This is from her childhood. She was a bit concerned when I told her I had to drill holes in the bottom of it. But we need drainage. So when you get one of these metal tubs, you 100% have to put some drainage. More tomatoes. I would like to say that Luke's trifecta from Gimpy Gardener, that stuff works. I've got tomatoes everywhere. I mean, this one even has them laying on the ground. I have to get something to prop them up. And here's my giant Marconi pepper. I'm waiting for it to turn red. Just sweet pepper. And here's a jalapeno. Everything about a jalapeno, but no heat. So that's kind of cool. And we're getting another giant Marconi here. And of course, more tomatoes. Over there are my teaspoon tomatoes, or spoon tomatoes. They're really, really tiny. They fit in a teaspoon. And then I have some beans. They're great on a trellis because they'll just grow, 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 and then you just pick them as you need them. My cilantro that's probably gonna bolt. Cilantro has a very short time growing as the heat comes along. These are dragon tongue beans. But I've been so good about picking them. Well, I spoke too soon. Look. And let's see if there's another. See, that's kind of odd. I'm gonna pick this just because I don't know if it'll grow the way it's supposed to. It looks like this is the best it's gonna get. My chicken. The only chicken I will ever have. This is what happens with the sunflower once it has bloomed and the seeds will start maturing so I can save them. But that is just so pretty. Isn't that neat? Like, I discover everything. It's like a little wonderland when I figure something out. Here's some cantaloupe. This corner is a big mess. Now, thankfully, this wall got fixed. It was a little too high for me to lean down to. The board is so that I can comfortably get to what I need to. These are my shallots and some Brussels sprouts, purple. My spinach is going the way of the dodo. But that's okay. I've already gotten many, many harvests from that. Some cabbage. And I have a little pickle plant starting to come. And then basically just some beets, one little pepper plant. And then over here I have more melons and squash that will climb up. I'm training them. So I just make them go in and out and in and out, and they become a beautiful arch. And it works out pretty well. But they're still babies. I say this area is a mess because I haven't kept up with it as well as I could have. I do have some beets coming in. I have various types of beets here, from the albino ones that are white to golden beets, red Detroit beets, and I have some volunteer carrots that seem to pop up from. Now it's time to check out. Do we have blueberries? I don't know. The girls are kind of sleeping. They're not awake yet. I need to do a video about the girls, but it's very hard for me to do that while in a bee suit with gloves on. But this is my little patch of heaven. It makes me very happy. And my neighbors like it too, because they generally get stuff. I don't want it to go bad, and I can only can and do so much. My favorite hydrangea is finally starting to bloom. I need to get some lime or coffee grounds. I want to put it in the soil because I prefer the blue. But what's really neat is once I put the coffee grounds or the lime in the soil to change it, we get really good purples as it transitions. So that's almost like a bonus. And we're starting to get blueberries. Not a lot, but they're coming little by little. And then I will have a whole bunch. Yum. This is my little rack I got for free. Someone was just getting rid of it. They were moving and couldn't take it. So I spray painted it, and it just houses everything that I need at a convenience. And this is my girl Annie. She's my Velcro puppy. She basically wants to go everywhere I am, and I love it. And what do you do when you have space you don't know what to plant? Corn on the side of my house. I love how this is working. It was my best corn last year. It grew so well. I just did it as an experiment. So this year I'm doing it on purpose. This year's experiment is I ran out of blood meal. Corn loves blood meal. I didn't run out of blood meal. No blood meal, no trifecta. Blood meal, trifecta. I think that says a lot about Luke Marion and M.I. Gardner. Trifecta works, and blood meal helps your corn, and it's organic. But I'm going to rectify that patch, and it's just starting to come along little by little. We had a lot of wind, so I had to basically give it some support. Lollipop sticks from a craft area. I just had them, and I put some wood down just to help support it. But that is my corn. Wall of corn.